What if I told you that one seemingly harmless habit is secretly draining your energy, crushing your confidence, and keeping you stuck in life? You feel exhausted, unmotivated, and caught in a cycle that seems impossible to break. But what if the key to unshakable self-control and true masculinity has been hiding in plain sight this entire time? Stick with me, because after this, you'll never see this habit the same way again. Masturbation is a habit no one wants to talk about. It's something everyone deals with, but few are willing to discuss. Some say it's normal, harmless, even healthy. But have you ever truly questioned it? What if I told you this so-called harmless habit is doing far more than what originally meets the surface? The ancient Stoics, the greatest minds in history, knew something that modern society chose to ignore. They understood the power of discipline, the hidden cost of chasing pleasure, and the real secret to self-mastery. And today I'm going to share their wisdom so you can finally break free, reclaim your power, and transform your life. Let's begin by identifying the problem. Let's be honest, you've felt it. That sense of guilt, that drop in motivation, that lingering vibe of emptiness you experience after indulging in it for a good minute. Kind of like something inside you is slipping away. But why? Science tells us that every time you engage in this habit, your brain releases a massive surge of dopamine, known as the pleasure chemical. Sounds great, right? Wrong. Because the more you indulge, the more your brain craves quick, easy pleasure. And just like any addiction, the side effects start to show. You feel drained, weaker, unmotivated, and your drive to accomplish real goals fades because your brain already got its reward without you actually achieving anything. The Stoics understood this problem long before science caught up, and they warned about overindulgence and the dangers of being controlled by base desires. But what exactly did they say, and how can their wisdom help you break free? This leads us into the theme of Stoic wisdom associated with the traps of pleasure. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers of all time, for example, once said that no man is free who is a slave to his body. And that's exactly what happens when pleasure controls you. Every time you give in to this habit, you reinforce a mindset of weakness. You tell yourself, I need this, when in reality, it's controlling you. As the Emperor of Rome, I, Marcus Aurelius, believed in mastering our desires rather than being ruled by them, understanding that a man who lacks self-control can never be truly free. Because the more you chase pleasure, the more you become its prisoner, and the more you seek instant gratification, the further you drift from true fulfillment. But here's the real kicker. Every great man in history, from warriors to emperors to visionaries, had one thing in common. They controlled their desires. They didn't let their urges dictate their actions. And because of that, they achieved greatness, while the rest remained enslaved to their impulses. So, how do you escape this trap at the end of the day and reclaim your power? How do you take back control and break free from a habit that's been silently holding you back? The answer lies in 3 Stoic principles: self-discipline, purpose, and transmutation. Number 1, self-discipline as the key to freedom. Epictetus once said, "No man is truly free who is not master of himself." And Nick Saban once said that life is about the pain of discipline or the pain of disappointment. This is where the key to freedom truly begins. So the moment you decide to stop being a slave to your desires is the moment you start reclaiming your power. However, self-discipline isn't about depriving yourself. It's about choosing what's truly valuable over what's easy. With all that being said, every time you resist the urge, you train your mind to grow stronger. You build mental toughness, and over time, your impulses will start to lose their grip on you. Which leads us straight into solution number 2, finding your purpose and replacing the habit with something greater. The Stoics believed that a life without purpose is a life wasted, and that's exactly why so many men struggle with this habit, because they have nothing novel or meaningful to channel their energy into. Think about it. If your mind is consumed with building a business, mastering a skill, or pursuing something great, the key ultimately is to replace the habit with something that brings you legit fulfillment, which slides us straight into the third and final principle, the theme of transmutation and redirecting your energy. Ancient warriors, artists, and philosophers knew a secret that most men today ignore. They understood that sexual energy is the most powerful force in a man's body. And when that energy is wasted, so is his potential. However, whenever that energy is redirected, it's channeled into something meaningful and productive, and it becomes a source of unstoppable drive. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds in history, for example, remained celibate his entire life because he understood that by redirecting his energy, he could achieve what others could not. And this is exactly what the Stoics preached as well. So instead of wasting your energy on fleeting pleasure, use it to fuel your ambition, your creativity, and your discipline. Which leads us into the climax of this discussion, asking ourselves, what happens when we quit? Now imagine this, waking up every day with unbreakable confidence, no guilt, no weakness, just pure, unstoppable energy. Imagine feeling more motivated, more focused, and more in control of your life than ever before. That's what happens when you break free. Your testosterone levels increase, your mental acuity sharpens, your drive to achieve skyrockets, and most importantly, you regain control over your own mind. This is what the Stoics meant by true freedom, because this isn't just about quitting a habit, it's about becoming the man you were always meant to be. So now the question is, will you stay trapped in the cycle, or will you take control? Will you keep letting an empty habit steal your potential, or will you rise above it? The choice is yours, but remember this: no great man in history was ruled by his desires. The ones who changed the world were the ones who mastered themselves first. So if you're ready to break free, reclaim your power, and start living like a true Stoic, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content, as your journey to self-mastery starts now. You got this. Until next time, thanks again for watching. Stay up, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.